Hey guys, I'm a little bit late with this tutorial for many dumb reasons, but I'm here now, and this week we're going to be talking about drawing hair. I am not a professional hair drawing person, but I decided that I should give you a couple of tips that makes drawing hair easier and just things to keep in mind when drawing hair. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about points, parts, direction, volume, and maybe shape, whatever. So right now I'm going to talk about points and parts because that's kind of like the first thing to go to. Here is a sketch. A point is where the hair kind of comes out of. So for this character, his hair point is right here. And you know how when you're shading and you like to draw maybe a sun so that you know that the light is coming from here, your light source, and so you can just shade over here? You can do the same thing with hair. You can sketch it all out. You can draw the point or the hair part, do whatever makes it easier for you. Don't make drawing too hard, It's okay to have a couple of guidelines. So I'm going to draw the point right here. And like I said, it's where the hair comes out of. So when I first draw hair, I usually kind of like to sketch it out first. I keep the direction in mind. So when I do a point here, I tend to draw the hair coming in this direction just because, I don't know, it's just something that my hand got used to, but it's not like a set rule. So I could also do the hair drawing and going in this direction. It's a bit, as you can see, it's kind of weird because I'm not used to it, but that's it. That's all I really had to say. So hair point, it helps you with hair direction, and sketching out the hair also helps you with the hair direction. When I sketch out hair, I do just kind of like really quick lines so that I can figure out the shape that I want and the hairstyle. So I'm going to do that right now. So here is my hair sketch. Like I said, it's just a sketch so that I can figure out the shape and the direction the fringes are going and all that stuff. But I recommend that you do a hair sketch first so that you can figure that stuff out, and then you can go over it with the actual line art. Things to keep in mind with hair is that hair in real life is pretty boring. It's just a bunch of strands of dead cells and fibers and whatever science terms. But see, like this would be like real hair. It's just like so boring. But when it comes to art and drawing hair can be a big thing. It can have like a big impact with your art style, I should say. So this was a picture that came out from this sketch. But you can see here, it's pretty simple. I didn't cut the hair into a lot of pieces. Like you see, this is like one chunk over here, and then another chunk over here, and then here. I like to draw hair like that sometimes, just in chunks and clumps, just because I think it looks really cute and bubbly and cartoony. Again, this is not a how to draw hair video because everybody draws hair differently, but that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to styles. On to the second sketch because I have no sense of direction to where this video is going. So this is still talking about hair points, but some characters that I draw, I don't have hair points such as the last one like this. I have hair parts. So this character in particular has a hair part, and the part is right here. Parts and points are pretty much the same thing. It's where the hair is starting from, it's where it's coming out of. Another thing that is different about this character is that his hair is short enough so that you can see his hairline just a little bit. Hairline is where your hair kind of starts from when it comes to your head. So most hairlines are pretty basic like this. You can see there's some characters who have a widow's peak, which would be something like that, and then it just goes over like that, and then all the hair is over here. You've probably seen some characters like that. I'm not going to name some. This is also another thing you should keep in mind, which is forehead. Believe it or not, most of us have foreheads, so do not forget to give the characters that you are drawing foreheads. That is something I had a huge problem with for the longest time. I would forget to give them a forehead and their hair would start all the way down here. So keep in mind, everybody has different size foreheads. Some people have really big foreheads, some don't. The hairline can also show when a character is maybe balding. So if there's a character that's balding, their hairline would be even higher. And as you can see, this would be the forehead and this would be where hair should be, but isn't anymore. Make sure to keep that in mind. Alright, here is my third sketch that we're going to be working on. And for this one, I'm going to be talking about volume. This is something that I probably should have mentioned earlier to keep in mind or to watch, but I just didn't because I'm a doof. So, if you noticed in my past couple of examples, when I was drawing hair, when I'm sketching it out like this, you would see that I would kind of draw the hair going over this line. This line over here is supposed to represent, his whole head. It's what he would look like if he was bald. Basically, this is just a bald head, his whole skull. So when you're drawing hair, you should probably make sure that it goes over it, even if it's just a little bit, because hair tends to have volume. You probably shouldn't be drawing hair that sticks to their head too much. Let me show you what that would look like. That would be something along the lines of this, like that. Let's go over here. I'm going to change the shape a little bit just so that it doesn't look too weird. So notice that his hair, when I draw it like this, very stuck to his head, it makes his, I don't know, it just looks like it's kind of glued onto his head. Now, this isn't necessarily like a super bad thing to do, because it could show that maybe his hair is wet, so it doesn't have any more volume. Maybe he didn't take a shower in a couple of days and it's all greasy, and so that could be something else. Or it could just show that somebody has very thin hair. Thinner hair will most likely not have too much volume. Usually when you draw hair, or when most people draw hair, they like to give it more volume than real life hair, I guess. So there we go. This is the same exact person, sketch, everything, and hairstyle, except that I gave it a little bit more volume. You can't really see because it's a bit sketchy, but if I was to erase this sketch over here, there we go. It goes over the hair, has a bit of bounce to it. He's a beautiful boy. And if you couldn't tell, the point or the hair part doesn't really matter. Over here would be right here. I do points though, so you can see the hair goes in this kind of direction like that. Well, that is the most abrupt ending to a video I have ever done. I don't know what happened. I recorded that a few days ago, not really sure. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Sorry this video is a bit late. I do video requests, so if you have a certain tutorial request or a speed paint request, just let me know and I'll get on it as soon as I can. And yes, feel free to like and comment on this video. They mean so much to me. And subscribe. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye!